The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I like down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA go walk through the valley and the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Who prepare a table before right in the presence of our enemy them. Who anointed I head with no oil. Me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I life. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah. How my house of Lisa. I don't know what to. It was sickly for. How what are you mo? Who you all done? Oh, Nana KWAME Ochedi Ampon. I assume no me meninda. That was say. That was say. Akpe kaka. How my house of Lisa? Akpe kaka. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only come on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Here we are not neutral. We are never. We have taken sides. The side of the truth. That is why we keep saying we are the headquarters of the truth. And of course, my name, Blakk RASTA. Now in every traditional African home there is a Blakk Pot. And each time this Blakk Pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the Blakk Pot where they are subjected to some good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food in all its palatability for the nourishment of the family. That is what we do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life and then we subject that to screening. Pick up the creme de la creme of all these ideas and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. My brother, my sister, this is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we ultimately speak the raw truth to power. And of course, we are live on Facebook, also live on YouTube. My brother, my sister, you can also find us on TikTok. You can also find us on X, formerly called Twitter, Instagram. We are large. And I want to say thank you so much for making us number one. Thank you so much for recommending the channel to everybody, all and sundry. And thank you so much for recognizing genuine emotions, genuine truth, patriotism. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. We are ready to do super business with you. My brother, my sister, this is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And today we're beginning about 1 hour late because I had to go to Iyoko. My brother, my sister, as I am following up on several stories, my brother, my sister, it took time, more than I estimated. Do forgive me for any inconvenience caused. We deeply regret that, but it's all in the interest of God and country. Please spread the word. Hit the share button and let everybody get to see this. My brother, my sister, we have big news coming up from tomorrow. Oh my God, have mercy. You can't miss this channel. It is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And hit the like button, share your comments on both Facebook and also YouTube. We're going to be reading them whilst we run the program. In the interim, 3 very important issues to look at. And we are hitting the start button right now. Story number 1. Watch this. Kojo Choi, a true Ghanaian patriot. Who is Kojo Choi? He was born and bred right there in Korea, buttered in Ghana. My brother, my sister, he went through the Ghanaian culture, loved the culture, stayed in Ghana, and he adopted the Ghanaian roots as his original roots. He naturalized as a Ghanaian. He went to school in Ghana, my brother, my sister, and he studied at least one Ghanaian language in school, as every Ghanaian is supposed to do. And he studied Twi, Asante Twi. In fact, as somebody with both parents coming all the way from Korea, he spoke better Twi, wrote better Twi in examinations than his Ghanaian compatriots. This is the gentleman. Kojo Choi recalls beating Ghanaian classmates in BECE Asante Twi. Run the story, my youth. And this one is from my Joy Online. Ghana's ambassador designate to South Korea, Kojo Choi, a South Korean-born Ghanaian whose recent appointment has sparked both praise and debate, has shared a personal story that underscores his deep integration into Ghanaian culture. Now, speaking in an interview with Channel 1 TV on Tuesday, that's yesterday, August 12th, Mr. Choi revealed that despite arriving in Ghana at age 14 without speaking Twi, he went on to excel in the basic education certificate examination. In the subject, I couldn't speak Twi when I first arrived in Ghana. I attended SOS Junior High School in Tema, and that's where I learnt it. I had an aggregate 5 in Asante Twi for BECE, while my Ghanaian friend, who is truly Ghanaian, had 6, and another had 7. I had a pass mark, but it's not easy to get that, he said. Choi, who later attended SOS Herman Minor International College and the University of Ghana, explained that his early boarding school life restricted students to English, French, or Swedish, but he also picked up pidgin English along the way. His travels to Ghana's Upper East region exposed him to Frafra, which he speaks to some extent. Wow. So you have a Korean Frafra. Nawane. Lanson. Fluent in Twi and conversant in Frafra, Choi stressed that he is Ghanaian in every sense of the word. I am a full Ghanaian. I don't hold any other passport apart from the Ghanaian passport. This is my home. Why? 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 He's made it clear. Remember, we started talking about this a couple of weeks ago. Now it is more than clear. He's not a dual citizenship holder. Bring back the story. This is Kojo Choi. And he's telling you he's all in, all out Ghanaian. He doesn't hold any other passport but the Ghanaian passport. His appointment in July 2025 by President John Dramani Mahama makes him the first person of Korean descent to serve as Ghana's envoy to Seoul. A move aimed at deepening trade, cultural exchange, and diplomatic ties between the two nations. Kojo Choi. Professionally, Kojo Choi has amassed over 20 years of experience in Ghana and the West African region with expertise spanning telecommunications, financial technology, that's fintech, marketing communications, and business consulting. He is the founder and CEO of PaySwitch Ghana Limited, the country's first third-party payment processor capable of handling major international card schemes such as Visa, MasterCard, and Union Pay, as well as integrating all major mobile money operators in Ghana. Now, under his leadership, PaySwitch has achieved notable success and technological innovation in the Ghanaian digital economy. My brother, my sister, this is Kojo Choi. He was born in Korea to Korean parents. At the age of 14, he arrived right here in Ghana. And he was slapped with Asante Twi at the BECE level. He grappled with it. He loved it. He loved the environment. He loved the culture. He loved almost everything Ghanaian. He went headlong into Chi. And he made a 5 at the BECE. He had the opportunity to travel to the Upper East region, capital Bolgatanga, where he interacted with some Frafra people. And he speaks some amount of Gruni. This is Kojo Choi we're talking about. My brother, my sister, he's made it so clear that he had the opportunity to school in Korea, the land of his birth. He had the opportunity to school in America. He had the opportunity to school in some other areas and probably grab another citizenship. But he decided that no, we all have our destinies. This is where I belong. What did his father say? What did his mother say when he decided that he wanted to be known and seen as Ghanaian? It's your destiny. This is what you want to do with your life. Of course, you know what you have seen. We can only encourage you. And he held on tight to his Ghanaian roots and ran faster than any other person. My brother, there are people darker than this guy, but are less Ghanaian than this guy. We have Ghanaians who have left the Ghana army and the Ghana police, and they are serving in the American and British police. Are they more Ghanaian than this person because they were born in Ghana and speak 10 Ghanaian languages? My brother, my sister, now the most important thing we have to look at is the heart. And the gentleman here has proven beyond all doubt that it's either Ghana or nothing. He doesn't have a dual citizenship. At this point, as it stands, he is all about Ghana. And the interesting thing is that he is not politically colored. In other words, he doesn't carry political colors. He is a man who carries the national flag of Ghana. And he has made it clear that he either stands by Ghana and for Ghana or nothing more or nothing else. Kojo Choi, my brother, my sister, he has made it clear, as I just mentioned, that he doesn't wear political colors. And you can see this right here on Ghana Web. I have never been political. I know a lot of people in the NPP. And this is Kojo Choi talking. Kojo Choi, ambassador designate to South Korea, has rejected suggestions that he is politically aligned with the National Democratic Congress, insisting that his relationships and work cut across the country's political divide. Now, speaking in an interview on Channel 1 TV on Tuesday, August 12, 2025, Choi stressed that he has never been political and pointed to his connections within the New Patriotic Party as evidence of his non-partisan stance. I know a lot of people in the NPP. For example, our company PaySwitch was launched by Dr. Baomia because he is very interested in digitalization, not for political reasons, he explained. Woo! Now the businessman and co-founder of PaySwitch clarified that the company, which he started with a partner, had no political links despite public assumptions. Choi also recounted that former First Lady Rebecca Akufo-Addo attended the launch of his art gallery purely out of her passion for art and her desire to support his focus on promoting emerging artists. Woo! He emphasized that his friendship extends to individuals in both the NPP and NDC and maintained that he has never lobbied or sponsored political causes. Dash. I have become a big fan of Kojo Choi. I can't wait to meet him, hug him, and squeeze the color out of his colorless body. I can't wait to meet this guy, hold him so tight, and make sure my coal-tar skin smears his whole body and turns him into a very dark human being built out of coal tar. What do I mean by that? My brother, my sister, I want to feel his heartbeat. I feel a true Ghanaian in this guy. I don't see any fakeness. My brother, if we had about 10 Kojo Chois in our political space, things would be so different. This doesn't look like a guy you can bribe. He doesn't look like a guy who will sell out his country. Look, He was appointed by the NDC. But he's telling you that Baumia is so interested in digitalization, and he was part of Pay Switch in terms of the launching and whatever. He's mentioned Rebecca Akufo-Addo. These are the big shots of the NPP. And he's made it clear he's never sponsored any political party, and he doesn't have any such mind for any political party. He's never affiliated to any political party, and the President of the Republic just called him meritoriously and put him there to work. Should I not applaud this guy? Now, watch out and see what this guy is going to do. He's going to carry diplomacy to another level. Watch the kind of trade relationship, the bilateral relationship between South Korea and Ghana from now. Watch out. This guy is going to do a lot. My prayer is that the president is able to find another very important thing, duty, to put in the hands of this guy. He looks like a guy I can trust. He looks like a guy who eats and drinks the patriotism that I preach. Korea is a much better country than Ghana economically. I'm choosing my words carefully. When it comes to the economy, Ghana cannot match South Korea. South Korea is not a developing country. South Korea is a developed country. If anything at all, he should be proud to belong to a developed country. But no, he has come to help a developing country, not because he is sympathetic towards our cause. He is empathetic. Do you know the difference? He is solely empathetic towards the cause of this nation, and he sees himself as part of this nation. Can you deny him that? To Kojo Choi, bring him here. My brother, I want to salute you. He went to school in Ghana, in Tema. He sat down with his classmates. Look at them. He's the only guy with a yellow face amongst them. And if you look at the photo, in fact, there's no difference. It just feels like these people have been gelling. There's no fakeness. They don't even see the color in this guy. They are just having fun. And probably they were speaking Twi at the time this photo was taken. Chamio, one chamia, one mamitiamba, mayo bibio. It seems to be saying, my brother, my sister, somebody tell Kojo Choi that he has his biggest fan here. I don't have politicians as friends. He says he's not a politician. If anything at all, he's a diplomat. My brother, please give me an opportunity to give you a big hug. But be careful. I might squeeze the life out of you in a hug. Kojo Choi, thank you for showing love to this great country. And please continue to be the patriot that you are. It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey! Way! Wayo!
Blakk Pot, Kojo Choi.
He's a Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power. My name, Blakk RASTA. Remember to share the broadcast. And remember to hit on the like button. Also, share, my brother, my sister, and invite family and friends to be part of this. We appreciate you joining us. Story number 2. And this is deep. Watch this. It is a hot story, my youth. And it is about to shatter the airwaves. Tanko Computer forced to drop fake PhD. My brother, my sister, there's an arrogant guy here called Tanko Computer. He seems to be a beloved member of the NDC political party. Maybe because of hard work and dedication. This is the gentleman. I've never met him, but he's arrogant to the core. From what I see from afar, there are some people like that, but when you meet them, they exude a lot of humility. But from afar, you see them as arrogant. Now, this guy here was born and bred in the northern region of Ghana. Tanko Computer, my brother, my sister, went to school, and at the time he attended school in the northern region, there were some volunteer teachers who had come in from abroad. And one of them saw the brilliance in this gentleman. According to him, after staying away from school for some time because of ill health and some other reasons, he came back to school and he was able to top his own class. And that, for the teachers who had just come in, the volunteer teachers, was extraordinary. And they claimed that his head worked like a computer. So they nicknamed him Computer. At the time, it was said that computers were not even that popular in Ghana, let alone in the northern region. So with time, growing up, people decided to call him Tanko Computer. The President of the Republic of Ghana loves hard-working gentlemen. Now there is a gentleman by name Oketechie KWAME Afrifa Mensa. My brother, my sister, this is the gentleman. He was the first who came out with the issue about Tanko Computer faking it, that he actually had a doctorate. In other words, he was a PhD holder, and he carried himself as Dr. whatever, Rashid Tanko Computer. My brother, my sister, he started to raise eyebrows. Remember, he was also the same person who exposed a certain lady who was carrying herself around as a medical doctor. Somebody who used fake credentials to be able to get an appointment in the health sector from the President of the Republic. He embarrassed the president, and she had to be chopped off, nipped in the bud like a bad habit, and thrown away. Do we all remember that lady? Today is not about the lady. After that lady's expose, it came out that Tanko Computer was also wielding a certain fake PhD. And remember, we spoke about it. And I was one of the first who came out and said, listen, I'm going to follow this issue until we come to the end of the whole story. I decided to place a call over and over, investigating this issue. I am glad to tell you that today I was able to speak with Professor Ahmed Jinapo. That's the gentleman. My brother, my sister, he's a very hard-working man. And he wants to see nothing but genuineness. He has been chasing all those fake PhD holders. And where there is a doubt, he would ask you to present documents to show that you truly have a PhD. Remember Hassan Ayarga's issue? Right now, it has gone quiet. My brother, my sister, some people have some kind of ego. When you approach them with the truth, they want to flatter their wings. It's like a snake. When you kill it fresh, it will still shake. My brother, my sister, in arrogance, as if to tell you, I am still alive, yet it is dead or dying. My brother, my sister, Ayarga said he'll be going to court. But G-Tech believes that Hassan Ayarga has no PhD. Hassan Ayarga says he will go to court and deal with the issue. And he asks a big question. Why is an academic certificate better than an honorary certificate? After all, with an honorary certificate, you prove to the university awarding you this certificate and title and degree that you are a man worth your salt. You have achieved a lot. Unlike the academic certificate, where it is only about studying, researching, and writing. He says he will push all this in court so that he will be able to change or shift the status quo. We are waiting to see that. Today, I spoke with Professor Ahmed Jinapo, and I asked him about Tanko Computer. What happened to his issue? Now, the information is very simple. Tanko Computer, my brother, my sister, has dropped that fake title. When Oketechie Kwame Afrifa-Mensah brought out the issue, arrogantly, Tanko Computer said he doesn't answer to idiots. Arrogantly. You don't have the PhD. The PhD you have is a fake PhD. Find something else to tell Ghanaians. Quietly, he has dropped the title Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer. And now he's Mr. Tanko Computer. And to make it more interesting, he has decided to go to school to pursue a PhD. So that when he returns, after 4 years probably, he would now be called Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer, legally and meritoriously. What school is he attending now? My brother, my sister, this is the school. NIBS, Nobel International Business School. That is where Tanko Computer is schooling. And it's right here in Ghana. This is the school. He's pursuing a PhD. Despite everything, my brother, my sister, I applaud him. I am glad that he is so passionate about a PhD. I am glad that he's telling the whole Ghana that yes, I can still achieve it. After trying so much to fake websites for a non-existent school and a PhD that was nothing but a toilet paper, Tanko Computer finally has decided to go to a proper school, accredited, to be able to grab a true PhD. I think this is a warrior. But he needs to apologize to the people of Ghana. That is the way to go. I am sorry. The certificate that I had all along, I never knew that it was like this or like that until it came out. But to tell us that you don't answer fools and idiots is arrogance. It's a defeatist attitude. People from the north are normally so humble. They will not go this length to protect fakery. For Tanko Computer, now you are going to a proper school to get a proper PhD. When you come out, let another fake guy come around you and call himself doctor. You will feel how painful it is that an idiot comes up with a fake certificate and calls himself a doctor, PhD holder. And you know the pain involved in going to the university to grab a PhD. Next time, you will not call somebody an idiot or a fool who is trying to probe the authenticity of your PhD. Again, when the president appointed him into office, did they consider his credentials? Was the fake PhD part of it? If it's part of it, then he deserves to be sacked. It's simple. If I go looking for a job and I give you my credentials and you tell me that, oh, We need to see your credentials. Then after that, it comes out that some of your credentials or one of them is actually fake. We can't trust you unless you truly come out with better reasons to show that, well, I got this certificate from here. I didn't know that it was this fake. And I didn't know that it wasn't true. Now, we would have to investigate this to find out if you are telling us the true story or a lie. Because we are told that Tanko Computer tried to build a certain website overnight to protect his fake certificate. This is not a guy you can trust. He needs to apologize to us and tell us that he's a new human being now and that he made a mistake. We all do. But if you want to remain in that arrogance, I don't know where you go with it. And the president needs to think about this. I am glad he's going to school. Has he rendered an apology? If yes, is it only to the presidency? How about the great people of Ghana that he is supposed to be serving with a certain fake certificate called the PhD? Well, to Ahmed Jinapo, I want to say thank you so much, Prof. The only way we would hear the title Prof, Doctor, and Shiva and accord respect is when we cut out all these quacks and fakes from the system and make sure that the right thing is done. Congress is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo, and here we speak truth to power. When we return, we'll take your messages and then we'll be coming with our final story for the day. Hey! Oi! Woyo!
Blakk Pot, Kojo Choi.
It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kojo Choi, and here we speak truth to power. All right. So let's look at the comments. Let's pick your minds and see exactly what you have. Kofi Azuma says, greetings to my brother, Black Rasta, this very beautiful day. How are you doing? And it says, greetings to all brothers and sisters here this blessed Wednesday. Kojo One Fool said, thank you for your good work, Black Rasta. Kojo Azuma returns and says, make sure all of you watching would share and also a word, comment, and at the same time share the broadcast. He says, share the live stream, all of you on social media right now. Kofi Azuma said, let me tell my friends and family members that Black Rasta is here right now, live streaming. Come and find out what's going on in Ghana. IB Jallo is excited. He says he loves Ghana. Thank you, IB Jallo. And we have Stephen Jackson who says, we are live on Wednesday and the class is on. It's a very good evening to you, Mr. Black Rasta. Kofi Azuma says, it is all about Ghana. Ghana first. And he said, make sure all of you watching will click on the like button and subscribe to this channel and donate to this channel. Please make sure, my brother, my sister, make sure that you are sharing this, and at the same time, my brother, my sister, you are also inviting friends and loved ones to come together and subscribe to this. Conscious Agbemenu also says, Mark Romeo Ofori, my regards. Professor Blakk, that's what he says. And Conscious Agbemenu also is saying fire all over the place. Abdul Rahman Muhammad says, good evening, families. Okay, good evening. And of course, he says, good evening, Blakk Rasta. He says, good job. Conscious Agbemonua Hosu is watching. All right? All right. Many more comments coming up. Make sure that you post your comments so that we'll be able to read them. Okay? Abdul Rahman Mohammed says, good evening, Blakk. And he says, good job. Sedu Isaka says, Rasta, good submission. I love your show. Thank you so much. Niankra says, I'm more fire, Blakk. Rasta, may Jah protect you. Okay? And protect you too. Abdulaziz Rahim Ukpejo says, good evening, Blakk Rasta. Wayoy. Jeziro Dickenzie says, good work, Blakk Rasta. Again, Kum Joshua Nyagre says, headquarters of the truth. Jochi Paul says, greetings, Blakk, my mentor. God bless you for your teachings. Wayoy. Bra Yao General says, greetings, Blakk. Ghana is proud of you because we all stand for the truth. Thank you so much. Ghana is proud of you too. As long as you stand for the truth, with the truth, by the truth. Haruna Ibrahim says, hi, good evening, Blakk Rasta. I'm watching you live from Tamale inside Mom Hotel. Today and yesterday, our favorite program is now starting late. Yes, I just explained that I was at Iyoko. You know, and my brother, we're going to be coming out with more information. Wow. I was overwhelmed. Oh my God. Blakk, I think this appointment is a merit, not a political appointment. Of course, it is very meritorious. Kojo Choi, yesterday, when listening to him, he showed that he is a patriot and would excel in his future endeavors as far as Ghana is concerned. And some of us are very happy for his appointment. Blakk, I think he is patriotic and he is a great guy. Okay. I say the same and I see the same. That's Haruna talking to us. Yao Odro Nti Nyama says, oh, Africa, Africa. Oh, Mama Africa. When will these wobblings end, Mama? But I will say, greetings, Blakk Rasta. King's Bite says, the guy is truly a patriot. President Mahama wants people who would work, not people who will occupy space. I love that. Joe D.K. Quist says, greetings, Blakk. You are one of the true patriots in Ghana. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes. And of course, more comments coming in. Remember that our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Story number 3. And this is the final story for the day. Watch this. CPP is irrelevant. CPP. When we say CPP, we are talking about the party that had the cock. My brother, my sister, Kwame Nkrumah's Convention People's Party. Forward ever, backward never. It was founded in 1949 after Kwame Nkrumah broke away from the bureaucratic UGCC. He broke away from J.B. Dankwa. He broke away from Power Grant. Broke away, my brother, my sister, from the rest of them. It was a tea-drinking bourgeoisie party. Nkrumah came in, shaped a few things left, right, and center, and grew it into a full-blown political party. They struggled towards the independence of this nation. Of course, the Aborigines were also there, fighting seriously. The Fanti Confederation and more. But the UGCC became the very first full-fledged parties with modern apparatuses, wresting power from the colonial administration. Kwame Nkrumah was the secretary of the UGCC from when he arrived in Ghana on the invitation of the UGCC. He went into the hinterlands, underground, and spoke to the people to support the great movement called the UGCC. He saw the power of women in politics. For the first time in our political history, Nkrumah engaged a lot of women, especially market women. teachers, and also journalists. We remember the very first female journalist this country ever produced, Equia Asabia Ayisi. We also had Mabel Dovdankwa, my brother, my sister, who at a point was a wife to J.B. Dankwa. They were all members of the CPP. And in fact, Dov Dankwa even became the very first MP, female MP in Africa. At the time, they were called legislative assemblies. My brother, my sister, Kwame Nkrumah pushed the UGCC into greater heights. But there was a misunderstanding, and Nkrumah had to step out. A lot of people were envious that he had become Nkrumah showboy. Everywhere he went, it was no longer about the UGCC. It was about Kwame Nkrumah and the fight for freedom. They didn't like it, and some of them forced him out. When he went out, he founded the CPP in 1949. It became a full-fledged political party. The moment the CPP was founded, in just a few weeks, the UGCC died. It meant that Kwame Nkrumah was the live wire of the UGCC. My brother, my sister, he went on to move the CPP into fighting for the independence of this nation, and he succeeded. But after Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown in 1966, and his subsequent death in 1972, the CPP has struggled to come back to power, and it has never worked. Why was it so? Nkrumah was so passionate about the CPP. Even when he was in exile, right there in Guinea, he was still talking about the CPP. And was talking about how the CPP would come back once he arrived back in Ghana. But there was a deliberate move to kill the CPP. What did they do? They banned all party activities, especially the CPP. And they arrested men and women who dedicated their lives to the cause of the CPP and Ghana. People were scared to even come out and align with the CPP. They did it for so many years and killed it. It was when I.K. Echampong, Ignatius Kutu Echampong, came that he had the spirit of the CPP and wanted to have Nkrumah brought back into this country, at least his corpse. And he aligned with Nkrumah's philosophies and the CPP. Unfortunately, he was also overthrown in a palace coup. Subsequently, he was shot and killed at a firing squad by Jerry John Rawlings and his government. My brother, my sister, the CPP has gone through hell. The live wire of CPP was chased out into exile. They found a way of poisoning him and murdering him, as we have been told now by declassified files of the CIA in 1972. And the other live wires of the party, they silenced by killing some of them and jailing some of them for long terms. And even those with the spirit of Nkrumah who came later, they were sidelined and they got quiet. Can the CPP return to power? They don't seem to have a united front. We first heard about Hilary Man, who came in so strongly under the PNC. It was an Nkrumahist party, and they won the election. Unfortunately, Hilary Man could not move forward. Just after about a year of being in power, he was kicked out of power by Jerry John Rawlings in a coup. From that time, no Nkrumahist party, except the NDC, which some people don't see as a true 100% Nkrumahist party. Because one of the founders, or the founder, Jerry John Rawlings, did not have some really palatable things to say about Kwame Nkrumah when he was alive. He ended up by saying Nkrumah gave us only a flag and a national anthem, and how it was justified to remove Kwame Nkrumah in a coup d'etat because he was overly power drunk. Such a person cannot be an Nkrumahist. My brother, my sister, but Kwame MPIANIM, one of the country's finest heads when it comes to economics, he's here. And he's warning that if the NPP does not align, it is going to end up irrelevant like the CPP. Watch this. If we don't change course, we will be as irrelevant as CPP in Ghana's politics. Kwame MPIANIM to NPP leadership. Run it, my youth. Now, statesman and elder of the opposition New Patriotic Party, Kwame MPIANIM, has warned that the party could become as irrelevant as the Convention People's Party in Ghana's politics if the current leadership does not change course. Woo! Now the comment comes as the MPP tries to build a united front following its defeat in the 2024 general election. Mr. MPIANIM tells 3 News in an exclusive interview that the current direction of the NPP is wrong, and elders and founding members alike are worried and anxious. Dash it away. That's what I want to draw your attention to. For Kwame MPIANIM, what has made the CPP irrelevant is the wrong direction in which it went, and apathy. But is the CPP irrelevant? What were the ideologies of the CPP? They were the ideologies of Kwame Nkrumah. Whoever dons the suit of the CPP, does he follow the same ideologies as Kwame Nkrumah laid down? That's the big question to ask. Why is the CPP supposedly irrelevant? Because we have thrown the ideologies of Kwame Nkrumah away. Nobody ever wins an election in Ghana insulting Kwame Nkrumah. So why is Nkrumah's CPP unable to return to power? Because it's moving in the wrong direction. And 2, my brother, my sister, we do not seem to appreciate the fact that there could be yet another Kwame Nkrumah. As long as you believe in the ideologies of Kwame Nkrumah, you don't have to wear Kwame Nkrumah's head, but you are a son of Kwame Nkrumah. We have seen his children try to get into politics. It didn't look like they went far. Samia Nkrumah came in. She was thrown out after the first tenure as MP. Now the other one was picked up by John Evans Atta Mills and put into office. In no time, my brother, my sister, he was kicked out because of some rash statements he made, according to the party at the time. If Nkrumah's own children seem to be failing at advancing the CPP agenda, the Nkrumahist agenda, then what remains of the CPP and Nkrumahism? Nkrumahism continues to be as popular all over the world as possible. Why are they not able to rally that together and move a strong political party to be able to represent Nkrumahism? Now the NDC under John Dramani Mahama is a strong Nkrumahist movement. Nkrumahism has never been this strong after Nkrumah left. Now we are seeing it in the days of Mahama. Is it a chance for Nkrumahism to return? into Ghanaian politics strongly than before. Stronger than before. I'm asking. And should it continue to be the CPP? I think MPIANIM is not being fair to the CPP. In fact, even the NPP, it grew from different political parties, like the UP, United Party, and even more. The CPP stood the test of time better than the NPP, or better still the UP. Now, all those parties that competed with Kwame Nkrumah, none of them is alive now. Why single out Kwame Nkrumah's party and say that it has become irrelevant? Why single out that one and say it has become irrelevant? Why not rather concentrate on Nkrumah's ideology? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. My brother, my sister, when the CPP was here, there was also the UP and some other such parties. They are all non-existent right now. Why single out the CPP and say it's irrelevant? Why not the UP? Because if you are talking about offshoots of the CPP and the UP, then we can have a different conversation. Now the party in power says that it is an Nkrumahist party. The NDC has never been pro-UP. Never. The PNC also won an election. Rawlings kicked out that government. My brother, my sister, should it be the CPP, the name CPP, before Nkrumah becomes relevant? Or the ideologies can stand without the CPP? Certainly, the latter is the answer. Even without the CPP, Nkrumah is still Kwame Nkrumah. The CPP may not return as the CPP, but it can return in the form of the CPP with a different name. Hallelujah. It's like saying that, oh, Moses has become irrelevant. The 10 Commandments may still be as relevant today as they were in the past. Don't take your brother's wife. Do not steal. Do not do that. Even when Christ came, he was very careful to say that the laws of Moses were irrelevant. You know what he said? He said he had come to fulfill. He was a fulfillment of the laws of Moses. So instead of having 10 commandments, he gave them 2 commandments. Know and love God as your Father. And 2, love thy neighbor as thyself. These were the only commandments Jesus Christ gave us out of the 10 commandments. Tell me, which one of the 10 commandments is not in the 2 that he has mentioned? My brother, my sister, don't find a way for self-aggrandizement by trampling the CPP and the ideologies of Kwame Nkrumah. Some people only feel big when they push you down. And I think that is what Kwame MPIANIM is doing. The CPP as a party may not be here today, but its offshoots are still doing something. And better still, the ideologies of Kwame Nkrumah are standing tall and strong all over the world. Unparalleled is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kojo Choi, where we speak truth to power. All right, let's look at your final comments and we'll be done for the day. Ashake Maxwell says, good job, Blakk Rasta, for this update. In fact, Kojo Choi deserves a state honor. Faustina Gorog says, thank you. Thank you. More fire. Tompo says, my brother Blakk, one thing we must know is that in Ghana, anything is possible, just as everyone can call themselves prophet or doctor. Ha ha ha. Mauli M. Amaglo. NPP, we are preparing for 101 years to come back with Vim. Blakk, keep doing the good job. We love you. 101. I know what you're talking about. Atasu Christopher, allegation. says, keep doing the good job. Jah protect you. Asake Maxwell, my favorite presenter. Much respect, much love, Black Rasta. Jaziro Dickenzie says the only hero who speaks truth to power. Idrisu Idi says, Blakk, I salute you. I am Idi. All right. Idi, we love you and we appreciate you. Alexander Kwesi says, Toma, Black Rasta, I personally knew Kojo Choi at Tema Country Golf Course, and he is a nice guy. Even he eats yakayake and abono. With the caddies of the golf course. Wow, I like that. He eats yakayake and abono. I've never seen him in any political uniform or colors. So I was glad to hear him making the point of clearing his name as an NDC man, watching you live from Ontario, Canada. Toma. Kwabe. No, this Kwabla, I think. He says, Blakk, may God bless you so much. Thank you. Nasara Buguri says, Muwafa. Yeah. Alexander Kwesi says that is known Kojo Choi for a long time, and he is yakayake and abolo, and he's never been affiliated to any party. We like that. King's Bite says Nkrumah suffered too many assassinations by the then NPP. That's the UP. NPP would also be irrelevant for a long time if they don't change from their behavior. Okay? Kofi Azuma says, shout out to my young brother Kevin Taylor, Free Mind, Johnny Hughes, Wodimaya, and that big time DJ Kimo in Bolga. Rich Kent says, Black Rasta watching you live from Volta region. Kudos, my mentor. Kofi Azuma says, Black Rasta, I finished sharing this live stream with family members and friends. Oh, thank you so much. Am I not happy to hear this? Black Rasta, your late start was very good for me, watching you from Pennsylvania. But tomorrow we won't start late. We don't have any appointments, so we'll come here early. All right? Kofi Azuma says, big up to you all here. When the B says hi. Kofi Azuma says, Black Rasta, keep up the great job you are doing for Ghana and Ghanaians everywhere in the world. Shout out to my brother Kofi Wayo. And he says, can we meet? Can we get everyone here right now to click on the like button and subscribe and donate to this channel? Ras Osajefu Duabil, Tindando, Gumado, Yin Zorbil. He says, hey, Godfather. Then if the NPP becomes dormant like that of the CPP, then Ghana will become a one-party system, which the NDC will rule forever, which will retard development. Well, we live to see. My brother, my sister, our prayer is that the country moves forward. Nkrumah's ideologies are even more relevant now than then. As for the CPP, it was a political party. Political parties can come and go, but the ideologies stand. My brother, my sister, do you believe that the CPP is irrelevant now? And if it is, how about the UP? How about the ideologies that founded them? Are they still relevant? Let's stay hooked onto the ideologies. As for offshoots, they would always come. A man will come and pass on to eternity, but what he leaves behind, the legacy, the offsprings, will speak for him. He will never be irrelevant. It's the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. Catch you again tomorrow, same time, my brother, my sister, between 6 and 7. Until then, hey, who are you? Why